Welcome into this week's SEC Second Look from Mobile's hub of AL.com. Mark Heim, Mike Herndon with you. And Mike, Alabama, LSU coming off the bye weeks, both preparing for the big game. This game probably a little bit more important now than it looked a couple of weeks ago. LSU really starting to show some life.
Yeah, obviously the win over Ole Miss had to be a big shot in the arm for them, and they've been steadily improving over the year. They've had some bad weeks. Obviously Auburn got into them when they tried to play the freshman at quarterback, but they seem to be settling in, particularly on defense. A lot of young players over there played really well against Ole Miss, so a week to prepare. Expect to get their best shot against Alabama.
You know, there was a little bit of a quarterback controversy with LSU early on. They seemed to have settled on Jennings, yet it seems to be a very run-oriented offense. Really took it to Ole Miss's defense, which was considered elite in the SEC.
Yeah, I mean, they still only scored 10 points, so, you know, I don't. They got a lot of yards, yes, but they didn't score a lot of points. I still think this is an offense that's going to be streaky week to week because they're led by a quarterback in Anthony Jennings who's not very consistent, not very efficient. He's going to hit some big plays. He's not going to necessarily throw for a high percentage. So I think it's kind of a boom or bust offense that is predicated on a big play here and there and consistency in the run game.
Is this LSU team similar to the Auburn team of a year ago in which you see them steadily improving from week to week? Clearly, this is not the LSU team we saw back in week one.
Yeah, I think the running game's certainly better. I think the big difference there is that Nick Marshall was a more reliable hand at quarterback, I believe, than Anthony Jennings is. So, I think LSU's improving. I can't really compare them to Auburn because I still think Anthony Jennings is inconsistent and kind of a boom or bust quarterback.
Speaking of Auburn, they come off the huge win against Ole Miss. They turn their attention down to Texas A&M, a team that's really struggled. They're going with a different quarterback. Trill is out. So where is this Texas A&M team right now?
Well, they're at rock bottom, I think, where they've been all year, coming off of the huge loss to Alabama, and then really a mediocre performance against what should have been an outmanned Louisiana Monroe team. Kenny Hill is suspended for another week, so it's another week of Kyle Allen. I think this plays right into Auburn's hands, and I think they ought to win this handily.
Should be a great week of college football. For Mike Herndon, I'm Mark Heim. It's the SEC Second Look right here on AL.com.